The Game Marks podcast is brought to you by Manscaped, the best in men's below-the-waist grooming, providing precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. The Performance Package 4.0 has arrived, and oh man, is it a game changer.
It's the ultimate men's hygiene bundle. The Performance Package 4.0 comes with the Lawnmower 4.0, body hair trimmer, the Weed Whacker, ear and nose hair trimmer, below the belt toner and deodorant, performance boxer briefs, and a travel bag to hold all your goodies.
It's definitely holding all my goodies, if you know what I mean. Over 7 million men worldwide trust Manscaped with their grooming needs, and we've got an exclusive offer for all of the Game Marks out there. You can get 20% off your order and free worldwide shipping just by using the code GameMarks at manscaped.com.
Unlock your confidence and always use the right tool for the job with Manscaped. Manscaped.com and use code GameMarks.
You're listening to the Major Pod Network, the only place where your favorite toy store, card shop, arcade, theme park, and arena are all on the same block. Scratch that major itch.
This is Tony Chimmel, and I'd like to introduce the hosts of the Game Marks podcast, George Feis and Johnny Clash.
Welcome to the Game Marks podcast, presented by the Major Pod Network. I am Mr. Anything is Feasible, George Feis.
And I'm Johnny Clash, and today we are playing Natsume Championship Wrestling. How's it going to hold up? Is it going to get a play it forever? Woo! Or a future endeavor?
You're fired!
We also discuss belts and music in AEW's Fight Forever, and even more in gaming news.
Wait, I gotta interrupt you. Are you not the man they call Johnny Clash? You're just Johnny Clash now?
You gotta change it up once in a while.
Oh, all right. Well, guys, don't forget to subscribe and leave a 5-star review on both Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and follow us on all forms of social media at Game Marks Pod, and check out the exclusive content that we are creating for our Patreon at patreon.com/GameMarksPod. Johnny Clash,
What's up?
are you still as hyped about this new series, this new format, the best of, the evolution of? I'm really feeling it. I think everyone else seems to be liking it as well. A lot of good feedback from last week on the evolution of the RKO, pun intended. That's a Johnny Clash special, Johnny Clash special right there. Easy for me to say. Very excited about other options, other possibilities we could do in the future with that.
I enjoyed it, and I think we could do a lot more. Like you suggested, the pedigree, and there's just, honestly, endless possibilities. We could pick any move. The stunner, that goes back as far as we could remember.
Yeah.
Pick any move. Pick Hulk Hogan's leg drop for all we care. I think it could be cool, and it's just something to change it up. When we get these video games, it's like New Japan this and Fire Pro XYZ. It's like, you know what, let's just throw this in there. Hopefully we have more interviews coming your way soon as well. Those are in the pipeline.
Got a list. Checking it twice. It's that time of year, John. Not only is it the time for lists and checking them, it's also the time for booking interviews and making sure that we get those in the pipeline as well.
Yeah, exactly. But speaking of the time of year, if you're listening to this on Monday, when it comes out, this Thursday in Lynbrook, New York, is the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast Holiday Toy Drive. I know I got a box back here with about almost 30 toys that I took advantage of Ringside's Thanksgiving special. Not even Black Friday. I got these on Thanksgiving.
Wow.
And there's just, if you look, there's like $3 Edge figures. There's like some top stuff. I got Drew McIntyre. So just go. All you need is 2 figures to get in. Get there early. Get a spot in line. It's going to fill up quick. I think that place only holds like 200, 250 people, something like that. I already said I'm not going to put the projector up so we could get even more people in there. And it's going to be a good time. I will be This is the first Creator Pro show I am not in action.
Oh.
Since
Wait, are we booked for commentary?
we are not. Since the existence of Creator Pro, I took a step back. I'm no longer wearing the boots. I'm now wearing regular person boots because I will be managing Leo Sparrow and GKM, the Birds of the Sun, to victory and to the tag team titles. Ooh. I am very excited for this new endeavor. Don't get in our
gig
way.
For Johnny Clash, and of course, John and I will both be there. You just heard John say that he will be there as in his new role, but I will also be there supporting the crew at Creator Pro, supporting the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast and the Holiday Toy Drive as well.
Plus, just cool matches.
Yeah, I was saying
Alex Riley's back.
Alex Riley
training at Cap and
teaming with Tyrus. Swoggle will be there.
Matt Bryan,
Bryan,
Crew, which includes AEW Tag Team Champion Max Caster. You never know who else is going to pop up. Wink, wink, hint, hint. You just never know. It's going to be awesome. Bear Bronson's in action.
I buried the lead. I could have been a big surprise. Maybe I was going to be in like a Holiday Rumble or something.
You could have been the big surprise.
I could have been the Santa in the Rumble this year.
But hopefully we'll see some people on the 8th, and we could shake some hands and donate some toys. So
hell yes.
All right, but speaking of all these AEW superstars, AEW Fight Forever, literally the next day after we spoke about the trailer, dropped another trailer, which is a Jon Moxley spotlight. Now, it did clear up some things we were wondering about. The first thing, his music. He does have his old music. He doesn't have Wild Thing. So maybe where they can, they're going to just fill in some old music rather than use the licensed stuff, which I get. It also was said a while ago this is going to be kind of an homage to the beginning of AEW, so you will probably get Cody and maybe an old school style Young Bucks. And
well, they were saying that a lot of the feedback was it seems to be Le Champion,
right.
Jericho. So you're not getting the Wizard, you're not getting the Ocho, you're not like
everything in between.
There's so many other things.
Now I'm going to assume Judas will be in there since he owns that song. So
yeah, and that's been from the beginning. He's used Judas in AEW, right?
Right. The belt has been prominent in this entire spotlight, which is awesome. And if you look at it, it's funny because MJF changed the style of the belt last night on Dynamite. If you look at it, it's honestly one of the best that we've seen in any game so far. It does
look really good.
It forms to the body, which is always good for a belt. It has like the flop to it, if you know what I'm saying. It has the flop, and it's just nice. I liked it. And we saw the paradigm shift, which also looked great. It looked like that No Mercy style. It's not clean cut from TV, but it's there. It hits. It looks good. It hits hard. And I'm sure once the main game is out and it's not just these renders we're seeing on the commercial, it's going to look even better. Because we also saw a nice diving attack to the outside from the top rope. We saw a pile driver. We saw a barbed wire bat get used. And we saw, I think one of my favorite animations was the pinfall.
So I think that going back to how you speaking about how the paradigm shift looks, it looks like a lifting double underhook DDT in a video game. No one in their right mind is going to take that move where they land. Essentially, it looks like in the game that they land on their forehead. Like, it doesn't even look like they land on the top of their head. It looks like they just get dropped in their forehead and roll. No one is taking that bump in real life because you will break your neck. But it's a video game, so there's a little bit of flexibility here, and it can look a little more devastating, which is something that we had talked about. Even from like the first trailer about this game, is that like the moves look really nice and the animations are clean, but they also at the same time look like they're meant to cause damage. It's not, well, it's going to be realistic and you're going to watch the person like tuck and prepare and like roll into the move so they really don't like mess their shit up.
No, but I also just like the numbers. They're nice and bright, and the 1, 2 shows up on the screen like an old school game. I just liked it, and I really just can't wait for a release date or even just another one of these spotlights. Because we did see Chris Statlander and Nyla Rose a few months ago, and then it kind of died down. Now we're getting this. I want to see some more action. So bring it on.
I am all about it, but I think it is now time for us to talk about the best time of the year, and that is Game Buri 2020 2022.
Ooh, baby, it's time of year.
As of recording, we are currently at $1,100.
We broke the barrier. We broke 1,000. That's
We
all we
did.
could ask for at the moment.
The prizes for the top donors include a copy of AEW Fight Forever for a console of your choosing, the Gamer Light from Zavi, the one that Johnny Clash points to at the end of every single episode. You can have your own. 8x10s are courtesy of Best Batch Promotions. Also from Best Batch Promotions, a copy of Superfire Pro 1 and 2, a whole ton of GMP swag, and of course, the creme de la creme for the top donor, a 1 of 3, maybe even a 1 of 1, Game Marks Podcast hockey jersey.
I like the 1 of 1. Could be a 1 of 1.
Could be a 1 of 1.
I don't know if
you
I'd
and
ever
I
wear that
will.
in public. So.
I think you and I will be getting maybe some GMP hockey jerseys at some point, but maybe the Gameberry one will be exclusive just to Gameberry.
I like that. Yeah, I like that. Now, we are going to have, of course, GMP Mania, where we play games all day. You donate, you make us do silly things, you change the game just for more donations. We're going to have the GMP 64 special, which if you were with us last night at the time of recording for the final GMP 64 episode of Season 2, then this is going to be a little farewell, I guess, a little super show to send it home. And now on December 15th, we are going to do a live podcast recording where you guys could make us do silly shit. You guys can make us take shots, all for a donation, all for St. Jude. And the game we are going to be playing is
Drum roll in the background, Johnny Clash.
Road to WrestleMania X8 for the Game Boy Advance.
Am I excited? Should I be excited? I'm not really sure how to feel about this one.
Well, this is in between Road to WrestleMania and Survivor Series, and we've played both of those.
As long as it's not betrayal, I'm happy.
It's definitely not betrayal. But that's Gameberry. Now, we also have a contest going on at Instagram.com/ or how does it work? At GameMarksPod. That's our thing. Find the pinned post, which you could do that now on Instagram, apparently. And all you have to do is follow us and tag 3 friends in the comments, and you could win a Seth Rollins Elite 93 figure courtesy of Zavi.
Oh, baby. Very excited for Game Marks Mania. Very excited for the GMP 64 special. And I think I am most excited for this live pod. We've never done something
Should
like
be
this.
interesting.
Other podcasts that we both listen to that have done stuff like this, they always seem to be a lot of fun, a little chaotic, but overall a very good time. And I think that we will probably fit that same kind of mold. But with that, Johnny Clash, are you ready to do the deep dive for this week? Because we are playing Natsume Championship Wrestling. Are you ready to take the plunge?
Let's go! Sponsored by Zavi. Hey, George. You see this light here that says Game Over that I point to at the end of every single episode, like Ronda Rousey pointing to that WrestleMania sign?
I do.
Do you know where I got it?
Why don't you tell me?
I got it from Zavi. That's us.zavi.com, Z-A-V-V-I, and they literally have everything. I have spent hours on this website looking up Mandalorian, Jurassic Park, Harry Potter, like everything you could imagine. There's Legos, Power Rangers. You could pre-order the new Marvel Legends. It's an insane website that has literally everything pop culture. There's even Batman shoes on here.
I mean, I know for me, a little like adult Zen garden project that I like to do is like the smaller Lego sets, and Zavi has a lot of those Lego sets on there and getting kind of itchy. So if you like all things pop culture, like John said, Disney, Star Wars, Marvel, DC, Harry Potter, Nintendo, they're even getting into the wrestling game now.
Oh, yeah.
Zavi is the place for you.
That's right. Use code GameMarks, simply just GameMarks, at checkout, and you can get 10% off.
I'm going to redo my wardrobe. All right. Natsume Championship Wrestling. Now, this also has a Japanese counterpart called All Japan Pro Wrestling World's Strongest Tag Dash. Now, we're only going to be covering the US release, Natsume Championship Wrestling, and later on, we will break down the Japanese version, but Natsume Championship Wrestling released for the Super Nintendo June of 1994. It is also available on the Wii Virtual Console when that was up, the Wii U Virtual Console, and currently is available on the Nintendo Switch. And that was released on the Switch on July 15th, 2020, and that is available through the online Nintendo Plus subscription through the Retro Console on there, published by Natsume, developed by, you guessed it, Natsume. Other games. Strong competition here in 94 here. Here we go.
Covering all bases here.
It's unreal. All Japan Pro Wrestling Jet. Fire Pro Wrestling All-Star Dream Slam. New Japan Pro Wrestling 94. New Japan Wrestling 94. Battlefield in Tokyo Dome. WCW The Main Event. WCW Super Brawl Wrestling. WWF Raw. Super Fire Pro Wrestling Special. Fire Pro Wrestling Fire Pro Gaiden Blazing Tornado. A lot.
I'm looking at Battlefield in Tokyo Dome again. I really like that one.
Yes.
We got to get back into that series, even if it's something we've already played, just to maybe on Game Marks Mania or something. That was a fun series because it was so different.
Oh, yeah.
It just looks so different. It kind of actually reminds me of what we're playing today in a bit. It's that old school Japanese style, which obviously it's the same year, so it makes sense. It's the same. Think about Raw and all those. They're all looking somewhat similar. Super Brawl, everything.
I love this generation, this era of wrestling video games. There's a couple duds in there, but overall, like this early 90s, I'd say like, I don't know, 97, 98, like this early like side-scrolly wrestling series is really great.
Yeah, this was not the best. I'm looking at WCW The Main Event. That's the one with Sting on the cover. Not the best game. We did not like this one at all. But 94 definitely had a type, I'll say that.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Now, let's go through this game here. What it says as the description of this game. Choosing from 12 outrageous wrestlers and bring it on. Wield the massive power of Asteroid, the lightning-fast strikes of Viper, the underhanded attacks of Phantom, and many more madmen of the ring. Now, it's described as a robust grappling system, which is the same as Fire Pro, with over 50 moves to master. Now, when we just played this, did you get 50 moves? I've got like 5 or 6.
I mean, what are they counting? The 3 grapples, 3 strikes, 3 running strikes, 3 down grapples, a special.
It's not even that much.
No. I mean, unless we're missing something, but...
Yeah. But it says it delivers the deepest and most realistic wrestling action of the 16-bit era. I think Raw might have it beat there. And test your might against a crafty AI, or up to 4 players can compete in exhibition tag team and round-robin matches.
Exhibition, which is mainly where our playthrough available on our YouTube channel takes place.
But to say that there's an extensive moveset here, I guess for the time it can be, but I feel like if you're going into Fire Pro and that whole series, there was way more. Yeah. Different combos, different corner moves, different top rope moves.
I mean, the fact that you could even, maybe they're thinking about the fact that like each grapple has 3 directional or 4 directional buttons. So you have like
I didn't get that when I was playing. I got a body slam, a suplex, and whatever the strong grapple was, which was mostly a DDT.
I was hitting like the DDT. I had the power bomb. Like I was getting those different moves.
I don't know. Maybe I just wasn't pressing directional. Or maybe I was pressing the same directional since I was player 2. I was always on the right side. Maybe, I don't know. That could be. Now, to go even further, each victory screen has both wrestlers with taunts, the time of the match, the condition that caused the victory. So, say pinfall or submission. But then it also has little, I guess, blurbs and little quotes from the wrestler after the match, and kind of like a newspapery feel to it, where it's like, oh, we ended in a draw. I think we need a rematch right now.
Yeah.
Just silly things like that.
Is a very, very much a sign of the time. You think of like things, games like, what's it called? Like Street Fighter, like at the beginning and the end, you have those little like match cards where people's pictures slide in and it's just like, I'll be back, or, you know.
Yeah, we'll get you. Get you next time.
That's very much a sign of the times.
Yeah. Speaking of a sign of the times, the energy bars on each side.
Woo!
I don't know if I love this or hate this, because it made it more interesting and it definitely gave each game a little more playability, more length to it. It's not just you're in and out, and it gives the other person hope if there's like a little bit of a whooping going on.
Yeah.
But essentially it's like WWF Warzone, where it starts green, or starts blue actually, then it goes green, then yellow, then orange, then red, then like a dark red blackish color, and then that's it.
Yeah.
But you can heal. So while
very
you're
slowly.
yeah, whether you're in a tag match, you can go heal on the apron, or if you're somehow able to take control back, you're going to slowly regain your health, which I think is pretty cool. But your recovery time increases when you're severely hurt in the game as well. So it kind of helps
The
not
best
make
way
the game so one-sided.
the best way that works is in the tag matches.
Yeah, for sure.
Everything else is the amount of time and skill and evasiveness that you would have to use. Like, there's no way that we had any significant kind of healing process in the singles matches, but like in the tag matches, we kept running back to the corner. So like, it's there, and I agree with what you said. Like, it can be used as an advantage, but it's got to be the right match time.
I agree, and that's one of those moments where I don't think. Was there no time limit in this match? Because I saw 10 and I saw 20 minutes. I didn't think I saw no limit.
No, it's just either 10 or 20.
So that makes it very difficult. I got the pinfall in the tag match as the timer went down to 1 in a 10-minute match. So I never even won. But his health was gone. It said 1 on the screen. The time ran out.
It was going. You had it. I was done. You were winning that match.
But it took us 10 full minutes to finish a match. So unless you're on 20 for a tag match, I would highly suggest just playing singles.
It was rough to say the least.
It was rough.
Not rough in the sense of like the game was hard to play. It was rough in the sense of like it's you versus your opponent, but then also it becomes like a beat the clock challenge.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I don't know. It kind of makes it like the other person now comes in with full health, and you're just like, well, shit.
Yeah. The clock is the third man.
100%. Yeah. Now, the type of games you have here, you have an exhibition, which is a one-on-one, or you can go against an AI. You have a round-robin tournament, and you have a championship tournament. And the championship tournament is where you have 12 wrestlers, and you have 10 minutes to beat every single wrestler in there. The round-robin, obviously, you play each wrestler a certain amount of times. You come back around, blah, 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 blah. It's very annoying. But the championship, you're just running through. You're winning the championship, and that's it. A nice little screen at the end. Let's go through this roster here, because it's very different from the Japanese roster, which has an All Japan Pro Wrestling license attached to it. This is kind of, hey, let's make these guys just look like the WWF, WCW wrestlers that everybody knows.
Yeah.
And we'll take it from there. We'll hope they somehow get the Japanese port when emulators are a thing in 10 years.
I will take us through this roster happily.
Okay. Don't hurt yourself.
Okay. So you have Asteroid, M. Roach. I almost said M. Ranch. M. Roach, H. Snake, the Viper, Phantom, Fangs, Spike, Big Ape, Craze, Python, and Bruto.
Don't forget about Conan.
Oh, and Conan. I forgot about Conan.
A lot of Snake vibes here. There's Snake, there's Viper, there's Fangs, there's Phantom.
Getting big Snake energy.
Big Snake energy, yeah. I don't know. It's pretty cool. You go in, you're kind of looking at the pictures of these made-up wrestlers, which are very clearly just photoshopped something or others. They are ugly. They are not good. But
They
once
are
you're
interesting.
like Asteroid does not look like a person. And then you go in the match, and it's Andre the Giant. You're like, oh,
Yes.
shit, okay.
Yes.
There's a Hogan in there. There's two big dudes that are like Stan Hansen and whatnot. I don't know.
I think you said there was someone that looked like Greg the Hammer Valentine.
It could have been. That could have also been the Stan Hansen. I don't know.
I think I was Stan Hansen and you were Greg Valentine.
Yeah, I don't. There's like a Dr. Death. Everyone is someone, but you just really can't tell till you're actually in the match who they are.
I will say this though. My favorite part of this game is the cover.
I was just about to get into that. I don't know if you're familiar with local indies at all. I know you are to an extent. But the guy jumping here. Do you know who Vinny Pacifico is?
I know the name.
It looks just like him with Chris Dickinson's face. It's an odd cover, but I like it. It's just two guys in trunks jumping at each other. Looks like a WWF ring. This is where I love the marketing here. Because you're trying to market a Japanese game in the U.S. that nobody's ever heard of. You got the red, white, and blue ropes like the WWF. You got the Natsume Championship Wrestling logo in the red, white, and blue. Kind of resembling the WWF logo.
Yes.
Very much resembles the WWF logo once you're actually in the game.
Yes.
I guess they didn't want that front and center. But I love it. On the back, you can actually see it on the back cover. How it kind of looks like WWF. It looks like Raw if you're looking at the back.
It does. It very much does.
But oh man, to see that old Super Nintendo logo on the right side with the multiplayer adapter thing, it's so
nostalgia.
Cool. Now,
it's nostalgia.
The little blurbs on the side. 16 megs of pro wrestling action. This is my favorite one. The most incredibly exciting game ever developed. It will blow you away.
I like that. It will blow you away. It's a bullet point all on its own.
Yeah, but the most incredibly exciting game ever developed.
Yeah, in 94 maybe.
Yeah, clearly they've never played Mickey Mouse Capades.
I mean, they're going up against Super Brawl here.
Super Brawl. Yeah, that's true. Now, the over 50 different moves, they named some on the back. We got a Cobra Twist, a Pile Driver, PYLE Driver, Backdrop, Brainbuster, DDT, Kitchen Sink, Rally Art, Avalanche Hold, Guillotine Drop, Shoulder Through. I think that's supposed to be throw or thrust. I don't know. Sleeper Hold, Knee Drop, Reverse Shrimp Hold, and Power Bomb.
John,
what's a reverse shrimp hold?
I need you to tell me what a Rally Art is, what a PYLE Driver is.
Rally Art. Let's Google that. Rally Art Wrestling. Oh, it's like a real wrestling move, I think. I don't know.
Oh.
Weird. But then, of course, you got your screenshots on there with your match types. It makes the game appealing. It makes you want this game. And it's the same cover that you get now on all the Wii consoles. I'll say all the Wii consoles because it's on 3 of them. I count Switch as a Wii console. And, of course, on the cartridge itself has this. So it's pretty cool. It's very recognizable. Everybody knows it.
And, you know it's a wrestling game.
Now, I also found a advertisement from 1994.
Be careful, I'm blowing it up in the notes.
All right, blow it up. It says, exciting, dynamic, powerful. Natsume Championship Wrestling is definitely the most incredibly exciting game ever developed. It'll blow you away. Over 50 different moves, 5 play selections, and pretty much the same stuff. It's just cool because the picture's just blown up, and it's awesome. I like it.
Let's see, any different names here? Cobra Twist, Brainbuster, Shrimp Hold, Rally Art, Sleeper Hold, Pile Driver, DDT, Avalanche Hold, Shoulder Through, Power Bomb, Backdrop, Kitchen Sink, E-Trim. No.
Yeah, they're all the same.
But then you get other little things.
Jumping
Explosive Power Bomb, Jumping Knee Pat, Face Slam, and Tag Match. That's my favorite move is Tag Match.
It at least looks cool.
Yeah.
They're at least good screenshots. But now let's get into the actual art style. I'm not a big fan of what it looks like when you enter the game. It looks very just old. Like there's no color. Like it's very monotone. It's blue. And then you get just regular text that all doesn't look like it goes together. It's not fun. I don't know.
No,
it's not fun.
I think the menu may be the weakest part of the game.
But then once you get in the game,
like the matches are fine.
It looks great.
Main menu, not great. Character select, it's okay, not great.
Health bars are up top. They're out of the way with the timer.
Small. Yeah.
You got the announcers sitting in the crowd with a very long table, but they're all very animated. They all look good.
Biggest shoulders in the game.
Everyone in the crowd looks like either MJF or Dwight Schrute, but they're all, again, animated in the distance. They could be a little darker. Could be in the background a little bit more.
I like the Dwight Schrute reference. That was good.
It's because you see it. The beautiful guardrails. I think the ring is great and textured well. Like the apron has like stitching in it.
Yep.
I like that a lot. So go ahead.
I was going to say, my only complaint is that the green of the ring mats tends to blend. They could have used a different color for the green of the actual floor that
blue or black, I guess.
The most gigantic announce table is on. That's it. Is it one table or is it two tables pushed together?
I think it's one table. I don't know. Who knows?
It looks like it's two tables put together, but...
Well, Japanese tables in wrestling are bigger. They are longer. So, yeah. Seem more solid. I don't know. Yeah, the green's a weird choice for that.
And if... The red, white, and blue ring ropes make sense. The turnbuckles are all different colors too?
Yeah, it's a little more boxing style, like white, red, fully. I don't know. It doesn't bother me.
No, it doesn't bother me. It's just I'm just trying to point out as many little details as I can, just so we're covering it all. The best part, though, we both said it in our match. The ring apron looks great.
Ring apron and the ref.
Yes,
very well detailed. Now, if you had to pick a game from around this time to compare what this looks like to, what do you say? I think I'd say Fire Pro.
I would say it's Fire Pro. It's a little bit of like Royal Rumble, but I almost think that the ring, the ring, the ref, and to a certain extent the in-ring wrestler sprites are a little bit more detailed here than they are in Royal Rumble and like that generation of games, but there's a little bit of leeway here because it's not fully the rights here, and there's not a whole lot of references to like, oh, Phantom is supposed to look like so and so. Obviously, in the All Japan counterpart, that's a different story. But here, they're supposed to be like a little difference. Whereas, like, if you're playing Royal Rumble, like that's supposed to be Razor Ramon, that doesn't look like Razor Ramon.
Yeah, I agree. And one day we will cover that Japanese version and clear all that up of who.
It's on the list.
It's on the list. I saw you put it on the list. So, but yeah, the ring looks great. The ref looks great. The crowd, everything, the animations. But did you know? Did you know the Japanese version, All Japan Pro Wrestling World's Strongest Tag Dash, includes a license from All Japan Pro Wrestling, and the cover includes Giant Baba.
Did you know Natsume Championship Wrestling is on eBay from $22 loose, $160 complete, and $325 sealed, factory sealed.
Damn. I'm not. No.
No thanks.
It's in the Wii library. I'm not gonna. No one's gonna go spend that. Come on.
I like it. I don't. So there's a term that we use in my house. You can like something, but do you dollar amount like it? Like you can like that jacket, but do you $400 like that jacket, or do you maybe like want to wait for a sale and maybe you like $150 like that jacket? I like this game. I do not $325 like this game.
I could agree with you. Yeah. But okay, so let's see. We got reviews here from the SNES and the Wii. So let's see what we're working with. Game Players from July 1994 gives us an 84 out of 100. Super Game Power gives this a 3.3 out of 5. Game Pro US gives this a 2.5 out of 5. Now the Wii ratings, Nintendo Life with a 7 out of 10. And Defunct Games gives this a C+, which represents a 58. Those are two very different things.
I would say those are very polarizing.
And it's not like Nintendo's ever biased, because we've read some reviews of their own games that are trash.
It's insane how bad they bury their own stuff sometimes.
No problem being honest. But pretty good ratings back then, pretty good ratings now. I guess that's why it's seen 4 different consoles now. It's the GTA of wrestling games.
It's the GTA of wrestling. What a comparison that is. But that is everyone else's ratings. Johnny Clash, are you ready to offer up the most important ratings? Because right now, it's time to rate the game.
The game!
Johnny Clash, Natsume Championship Wrestling. Will you play it forever?
Woo!
Or future endeavor?
You're fired!
This is one that I've never even seen. I've seen the cover. I've never even seen the gameplay before we entered the playthrough this week. Never even saw it. To say I hate it? No, didn't hate it. I think I'm gonna play it forever.
Woo!
It's on the line.
It was on the line, but it was fun. It was cool. It's good to look at. It's a good game. And I could see why it's lasted for as long as it's lasted.
I agree with everything that you said, and it is also a play it forever for me as well. But it's on the line. The menu selection and the main title screen. Game over.
Not yet.
Game over, Mark. Future endeavor, 100%. The actual gameplay itself, the sprites, the arena, that's a play it forever. Do I think that they're living up to all of their promises of all the moves that are in the game?
They like counted running the ropes as a move.
Yeah, maybe not, but it's enjoyable nonetheless. But that's it. That is our ratings. John, are you ready to move on over to this week's Soft Lock?
Yes, I am.
All right, so Soft Lock is a weekly segment where a member of our Patreon gives us a topic. This also used to be known as the question of the week. You hear Max Caster sing about it at the end. It's now called Soft Lock because sometimes it's more than a question. This week, the question comes from Jeremy Verrett. What's up, Jerm? Thank you for the question this week. And Jeremy's question is, if you could put one wrestler as an unlockable character in Tony Hawk, who would you put in? First person that comes to mind is Undertaker.
Oh, interesting. Okay, why?
So I am imagining...
Seen him ride a skateboard.
No, I'm just imagining all of like the outlandish, ridiculous moves that you could do. Like maybe you're going up and down on half pipe, you're getting some crazy air, and then all of a sudden you hit his special, and the board turns into a casket, and he like pops out of the casket.
Oh, like a casket drop. That is a real move, right?
Coffin drop.
Yeah, whatever. Same thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But that also would work if you put Darby Allin in, and that's maybe like, you do it just like an actual coffin drop. It's probably way easier to get that connection, than the Undertaker. So
I would think so. I'm just reading some from the people in the Patreon who asked the question. Someone said, because of last week's episode, Randy Orton, you RKO the board over and over. And Ollie is just a fancy Seth Rollins curb stomp.
That's very true. Or you could do like a shove it. Yeah. Shove it could be the curb stomp.
Or Doink the Clown with a whoopee cushion. See, I said Rey Mysterio in Spider-Man gear since Spider-Man was in the original Tony Hawk's. Tony Hawk's 2,
does he 619 right?
Yeah, he grabs it in the air and spins around back on. That would be cool. A little combo, like uses the Spider-Man webs for it.
What about
me? What about Raven?
Oh, what about like a Macho Man and like like the Christ Air?
It's an elbow drop.
It's an elbow drop. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Or Macho Man's special is a grind, and he elbow drops the board and stays in the elbow drop as the grind.
Oh, and he's just Jeff Goldbluming on top of it.
I was gonna say, or he's doing the roosh, you know.
Oh, yeah. Good question, though. I like questions like this. Let us know what you think. Who would be the best wrestler in a Tony Hawk game?
Can't wait to see that thumbnail of me doing the roosh pose somewhere on the internet this
Someone
week.
please make that.
That's
But are you
happening.
ready for some gaming news?
Let's do it.
All right, your gaming news. Yoshi has been confirmed for the Super Mario Brothers movie. That's fun. I like
Donkey Kong too.
According to Tom Henderson, who we've mentioned many times, he's an industry leaker, Wolverine will not be released until 2022. 24, the earliest. So another year or two. So,
I mean,
if you're looking
hopefully
forward
it's
to that
worth
one.
the wait.
Hopefully. If it's made by the people who made Spider-Man and Miles Morales,
Yeah.
it's going to be great. Now, here's the one. I saved this one for last because I think you're going to appreciate it, as will most other people. Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga is coming to the Xbox Game Pass and PC Game Pass December 6th. That's tomorrow.
Love the Lego Star Wars series. I think it's great.
Completed any of them?
Back in the day, I definitely have played through Lego Batman and Lego Harry Potter.
So the Skywalker series is what? What's
Skywalker
in that?
I believe it is everything. I think the Skywalker saga is the prequels to The Last Jedi.
So
Lego
the
Star-
first 6, you're saying?
Let's see. Is the 6th entry this?
Oh, yeah, it does. Yeah, it looks like. Oh, it now includes some Book of Boba Fett stuff as well.
Yeah, I would say I think the big thing about this was that it was everything. It's an all because the Skywalker saga is from
Right.
Anakin to Rey.
So
That's
only
considered the
played-
Skywalker saga.
Back in the Blockbuster era, I played Lego Star Wars Episode 1, 2, and 3 came in a
Yep.
set. And then getting all the coins was so annoying. I don't think I finished it past that. I think I gave up on like getting those little coin things, whatever you want to call them, and I just played through the story and that was it.
It's a good 2-player game back in the day. That's what I.
Remember Lego Island
Oh my god!
with Pepper the delivery boy?
Yeah, holy crap!
Every time you'd give the bandit the pizza and he would
Lego
open
Island.
up the jail and get out, my game would freeze because I was on an old like Windows 98. Can we get that?
You just took me back.
How do we get that?
There's got to be a way.
It's got to be.
I just remember I would drive in the car, on the motorcycle, whatever it was.
Yeah, you would make it.
And that's all I would do. I just had that was like my favorite part. It's just like driving around. I'm like we have a wrestling video game podcast, but I love a
download.
good racing game.
I found a download.
Oh man, be careful. That's a DOS game or an EXE game. You might you want to make sure you're not going to put any viruses on there.
Ooh. All right, we'll see. We'll do that another time. But okay, games releasing this week. I'm going to take a deep breath here because we are getting closer to Christmas, and there is a lot. December
Games
5th.
Let's Grows every day.
Paper Cut Mansion, Swordship, Terror of Hemosaurus. On the 6th, Back for Blood, River of Blood DLC, Firefighting Simulator The Squad, Hello Neighbor 2, Impaler, Knights of Honor 2, Sovereign, Kuko's Lost Pets. Yeah, that sounds like a Switch game. Sunshine Shuffle, Terror of Hemosaurus again, but on the Switch. On the 7th, you're getting Alaskan Truck Simulator. What is Alaskan Truck Simulator? Wait,
Well, it's Truck Simulator, but Alaskan.
I am looking this up right now.
While
Yeah.
John does that, I'll read
just-
through the rest of them.
It's trucks in the snow. Oh no, a roadblock.
You also have Hubris on this December 7th. Why did I decide to take this one?
Ixion, Terror of Hemosaurus again, but on the Xbox. Tagus. On the 8th, you're getting Chained Echoes, Necro Bouncer, Portal with RTX, The Rumblefish 2, which on the Holy Night and on the 9th, you're getting Dragon Quest Treasures and Jitsu Squad.
Jitsu Squad. But let's do this, John. What have you been playing lately, man?
So other than, of course, Madden, I restarted Face of the Franchise. Still in the Jets. Still sucks. But there was a Fire Pro sale on Black Friday, and it was $8 on Steam. And I figured since this PlayStation's sitting here and I don't use it, I'm going to just spend the $8 and play it here. And
might as well.
The only mistake was it doesn't come with the New Japan expansion, which comes with the PS4 one. So I went into the workshop, which is way better than the PS4 workshop, and I just downloaded the entire AEW roster. And WCW and WWE, and yeah. What have you been playing?
So I've still been playing the same things. The Overwatch. Little Modern Warfare.
Oh, DBZ. Is that what it's called? DMZ?
DMZ.
A lot of fun.
Playing the new Pokemon game, and I have God of War. I have yet to dive into Ragnarok yet.
There was that one night I asked you to play DMZ. We were reeling. We were having fun. It was just me and my one other friend. We needed a third. Luckily, we got good thirds that night. But
yeah, next time that happens, hopefully I won't be in the middle of recording with Swoggle. And we'll be
it took
good.
I'd say 5 or 6 games to actually figure out what we were doing and could go on our own without asking the third random person, like, hey, what the hell are we doing here?
Hey, where are we supposed to go now?
Yeah, but it was cool when you pull up to the extraction point, but then another truck does as well of human players. Oh my god, proximity chat, scariest thing ever.
Oh god, if you don't know it's there, it's very jarring.
I'm like, whose voice is that? And then I'm like, I think they see me, and the guy's like, oh yeah, we see you. I'm like, oh shit.
I think the best one that I've experienced so far is that when you do the extraction and you're at you're at the helicopter, that someone was trying to come and get us, and the helicopter had come in. I had gotten into the back of the helicopter. My teammate, if you follow and you've been to the Twitch streams, I was playing with Dom Odinson, twitch.tv/Dom Odinson. Make sure to go check him out. He got downed. I was in the helicopter, so I was the only one who made it out. But while you're in the helicopter and it's going up, you could still shoot at everyone on the floor.
You could also fall out.
Yes, that is very true. But I took out an entire squad just as the helicopter was going up and I was leaving the game. And they were like, how are we dying? Where are we getting shot from? And I was like, look up. And they went, son of a bitch.
Yeah, we were extracting and it was right at the end. We're about to win. The helicopter's up in the air. And my friend's like, oh, I'm going to see if I could jump off. He jumps off. And now he's back in limbo, and he's like, oh, shit. So my game's over. His game technically was over, but it put him back in, and he had to get another helicopter and get out.
Oh, my God. Did he make it out?
He made it out. I think it was a glitch. I don't think that's supposed to happen.
No, I think you could actually jump out.
But it's told him his game ended, but he was still going. So the goal after this was to get whoever random third we had to jump out. To tell him, oh yeah, did you know you could jump out here? It didn't work.
It still gives you all of your stuff that you extract with.
It's great.
Guys, youtube.com/GameMarksPodcast for all of our weekly playthrough videos, exclusive content, and a whole lot more, including this week and every other week's game. John, what is happening on Patreon this week?
This week, you are getting your ad-free show on Friday with the show notes and the soft lock question. This week, you're getting Wild's World. We didn't get a chance to get that out last week because of some technicalities, but it'll be out this week, and you'll see him live in action. Now, next week, you are getting Future Endeavored, followed by OMG and the rest of the Patreon. But, George, what are we playing next week?
Next week on the podcast, Johnny Clash, we are playing a game that you can win if you are the top donor from Gameberry. We are playing Super Fire Pro Wrestling 1.
Oh, okay, I like it.
And that's it. Are we putting a bow on Natsume Championship Wrestling, John?
I think that's it. I think that's the way the cookie crumbles.
All right. Well, GameMarksPod.com/shop for all of our exclusive merchandise, ProWrestlingTees.com/GameMarksPod for all of our exclusive shirt designs, and of course, Patreon.com/GameMarksPod for all of our exclusive content. You got show notes, exclusive shows, and a whole lot more at GameMarksPod on all forms of social media. And please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell. There we go. You got it. And leave us a 5-star rating and review on both Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And of course, if you have a product or service that you would like to advertise on this podcast, please reach out to us at GameMarksPod@gmail.com. That's it. We did it. Another game in the bag. Johnny Clash, do that thing.
Game over! Marks.
Game Marks Podcast, put them on the radar. Playing rare games, Sega Saturn, no Game Shark. Johnny and George work hard and they play hard. Future endeavor games and put them in the graveyard. From the deep dive to the clash at the feast. How can I get more? That's question of the week. Follow on Twitch, there's nothing that they won't play. Game Marks Podcast every single Monday.